You are either guessing or lying. I don't appreciate it.
Well, I did come there with money, and my money wasn't given.
I don't want to argue with you. I'd give up my house for a cup of coffee if you could have come up with that.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
Gregory Lawrence de la Santa, 124-836-2928. Your name? Unmute, sir, and state your name, please.
Gregory de la Santa.
You're charged with failure to pay $357. That is the charge. If you plead guilty, if you're found guilty, you could be incarcerated for, in this case, it looks like, well, this is not a probation case, but I would still honor it for 5 days. Do you understand that?
Yes. May I add something?
Not yet. You're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty by a preponderance of the evidence. You have the right to a hearing, right to question their witnesses, right to bring in your own, right to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, we'll give you one. Do you want a lawyer?
No.
To the charge you failed to pay is set forth in the show cause, $357. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty, sir?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay? Are you listening to my questions, or
I
can you
am.
not hear me?
I am listening. I am listening.
Did you pay the $350? Did you fail to pay the $357 that's owed?
Yes, because of unemployment.
Well, did you come and talk to the judge? She told you to pay $100 a month starting November 1. This is February. It doesn't look like you paid a nickel. Did you come in and seek permission? Say, hey, Judge, I don't have the money. I got laid off. I'm on unemployment. I can't eat. I can't feed my family. I can't heat my house. Will you give me an extension? When did you come in and talk to her about that?
Your Honor, I did come to the court and I paid money, and they didn't offer me a suggestion to make a court date.
Well, it's not a big formal proceeding. You just call the court or come in on her before your due date. When did he make a payment, Lisa? I don't see one reflected on. Oh, he made $10 in December 27th. Is that right?
Yeah, there's also a note in there that he was advised of open court hours for a new payment arrangement.
So you can't just ignore courts.
I
don't get this. This part of my job, I do not understand.
I wasn't even guilty of being stopped to pull over. He didn't see my brake light. I stopped with my clutch on my motorcycle, and I got a ticket for not stopping. I was already stopped.
Hang on. This wasn't my case, but I know Judge Hessen, and I know she wouldn't have taken a plea of guilt or written this down if you didn't plead guilty. They gave you a 0-point violation, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The 2-point suspend charge was dismissed. I'm not going to go back and relitigate that. That's over. It's like the Lions trying to go back and say, hey, we want to play that game against Washington over.
That's fine. I'm not going to compare this courtroom to a sport game. Thank you. I'll pay my dues. Okay.
I just did, but don't start telling me about something that happened during the plea arrangement that you don't agree with now. And don't start getting smart with me. Do you have this to pay or not?
I'm not smart. I am smart.
Just tell me if you have this to pay. Just tell me if you have this to pay.
I don't have money. I'm trying to go back to work, and I'll give money from my unemployment, but I can't pay $100 a month, Your Honor.
You needed to come and talk to her.
Okay.
That's what you needed to do. In fact, the judicial clerk just told me that you were made aware of the open hours. You cannot ignore this.
Open hours. I believe they told.
You can come and see the judge. We're not, you wouldn't walk into a doctor's office at 5 at night and say, hey, I want to be treated without an appointment. You can come, listen to me. Listen. No.
You're yelling.
Listen to me. Hey, Listen.
Trying to listen.
That's because you're accepting no responsibility. And now
I
you
do
want
it.
to go back and relitigate the case. And I'm not going to go back and relitigate the case. It's over. You pled guilty. She took your plea. She sentenced you. It's over. Now, if you need time to pay, you can give me a reasonable amount that you can afford to pay. But you can't ignore courts and then come in and try to relitigate the case 4 months later.
I didn't
How much
mean
can
it.
you afford to pay weekly or bi-weekly or monthly? And so far, we're not doing good because you only paid $10 in 4 months.
I don't have the receipts with me, but I paid after Christmas or before and paid in January. I can afford approximately $25 a month on the unemployment I'm getting.
Where were you working at, sir?
I was working for Roush Industries.
Did you got laid off?
Yes.
Lisa, when I don't see anything else on this file other than the fact that he paid $10 on December 27th. Were there other payments made?
No, I only see one payment on December 20th.
I
So
came
what-
down and paid money in 2025.
Okay. On this case,
Yes, sir.
do you have the receipt?
Yes, I do.
Well, why don't you put it up to the camera? Because you know what? I've been here a long time. I've never had one person. Are you positive about that? Or the JIS doesn't reflect the payment made in January, Lisa?
I only see one in December, Judge, December 27th. I'm looking to see if he
Right.
has other cases maybe he paid on.
Nope. I came down there.
Okay, so listen, we don't need
I'm
to
looking.
talk about this. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait,
looking.
but I'm going to tell you this. I've been told this before, and in 30 years and 1.5 months, I've not had anybody tell me that they have a receipt and provide the receipt that indicates a payment was made when our records reflect no payment made. Not one. So you'll be the first one. You'll be the first one. So tell me what day you paid it. You have your receipt, you said there, right? Pull it up and tell me what date that was.
I'm looking in my folder for this.
I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you take your time. I don't want to rush you.
I want to, I can,
Hang
I
on,
looked in my
hang on,
folder.
hang on. You take all the time you need to look because I don't want you to make any mistakes. Okay? I want to make sure that today's going to be the day of my career when somebody's going to walk in here with a receipt when they told me they paid something and our records reflect otherwise. And if you can produce that receipt, barring something that's terrible, I'm going to waive the rest of the fines and costs for you, sir. That's how confident I am. Now, I could be wrong. There's a first for anything, right? When nobody was on the moon till the early 60s. So you keep looking, take your time. I don't want you to make any mistakes. You find that yet, Mr. Dalla Santa? Did you find that, sir?
I have been looking and
I'll tell you what. Why don't you find it and you can come talk to Judge Heston this afternoon. How's that? Gregory
Okay.
Lawrence, Dallas Santa, 24W8362928. Unless you find it now, I told you I'd waive the fines. She's not bound by that. So you find that now and I'll waive the fines. You won't pay anything, even if that's for $5. I will waive the balance. You got it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you sit there and take a look at this. I want to be completely fair and make sure that you only pay 13 cents on the $100 owed. And I'm going to let you find that, and then everybody will be happy. We can close the case and you won't have to pay fines. I'll tell you what, I'll be back here at 10:45. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Recalling, go back on record. Mr. Dalla Santa, you can step up to the people against Gregory Lawrence Dalla Santa, 24W836-292A.
Good morning. I'm here, Your Honor.
Your name?
Gregory D'Alessandro.
All right, where is it? You got it? I want to waive all these fines for you.
I really understand your position, but I can't believe that would actually be true, even though I do not have a receipt.
Listen.
I did not pay, and I'm sorry. I thought I did. I went there with money.
No, that's what we do here because we're honest about things here. And if you came out with I just told the staff down the hall, he comes out with a receipt that says he paid $5 after January 1, I'd waive all the fines. That's just the way we are here. We don't make mistakes like that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? This is a court building. It's a courthouse. So you are either guessing or lying, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, I did come there with money, and my money wasn't given.
I don't want to argue with you. I'd give up my house for a cup of coffee if you could have come up with that. So please don't come in here and tell me you paid in January when we know that you haven't paid in January, because that would be what we call a lie.
I didn't mean it that way.
Word. Hang on. You insisted you paid in January. You've been painful to deal with this whole time. I'm going to cut this short. I'm not going to let you pay just $25 a month. We're not a bank here. You've owed this money for 4 months. You didn't come in and talk to Judge Hessen. You didn't come in and say, hey, can I have an extension? None of that went on. So you're going to have to figure out a way. I don't know where you're going to work or when Roush is going to call you back, if they're going to call you back. But I mean, we're not a bank. You don't get 16 months to pay $295 in fines and costs. You paid $10 and now you owe $357 after the $10 payment because of default and warrant fees and late fees and everything else. And I'm not going to let you pay $25 a month. That would take you what? 12. That would take you 14 months to pay this. Over 14 months.
That's less than 16. Can I make a statement?
Hang on. What do you mean it's less than 16? Why did I say 16? I might have said 16. Is that what you want to do, is criticize me? I'll deal with my math skills like against you or anybody else, but don't.
I'm not criticizing you.
I don't. Yeah, you're a wise guy. You're one of those guys. You're one of those guys that thinks you can talk your way out of things. I've seen it before. I see it every day, actually. So you're not alone. I don't want you to think. In fact, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Yes, you're going to have to come up with a way to pay more than $25 a month. So I'll kind of work with you and let you deal with I'll let you kind of set up your own plan, but it's not going to be $25 a month. We're not a bank. So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm barely making it. I know I'll be back to work. I don't know when. I wasn't working with Roush at this time last year. I came back around Easter. So all I'm asking is you accept less than 50 so I have something to live on. That's all I'm asking. And
all I can tell you is October 23rd, you must have told Judge Hessen that you could pay $100 a month. She started it 8 days later. So, but you know what? Let's forego that. I'm going to let you pay $50 per week, and I'm going to start this on April the 25th, and you'll be back to work by then. And if you're not back to work by then, you need to come into the courthouse at 8:30 in the morning and speak to me about an extension. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I wish you well. Good luck. Have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.